Okay, Jason, let's see how things went with your teaching session.
Today we'll be working on the Star Spangled Banner. First, I'd like to hear everybody's first notes. This is to go right now to good mezzo forte. Ready? Breathe.
Okay, first thing I would do is lower the stand and flatten it out. You know, we talked about that a little bit in the intro.
Think if you have
See how it's hard to see your hands?
of your teeth, you want to keep your teeth wide apart. Also, keep your tongue as big as if it was in a wisdom position. That's going to give you
Okay, good information there. Let's see if that helps them.
let's play our first note. Good attack on. Ready? Play. Trevor, can I hear you? Yeah. Yeah, that was better. Let's all take this first phrase right now. We'll slow it down. I'll just give you three. I'll give you three and two. Okay? One. Everybody ready? Sitting up in our chairs, good posture.
Yeah, good job correcting the posture and everything. That's definitely a good habit to get into. And one thing you may want to do is also, always have your hands up to the starting position or the point of tension before you begin. Okay, good job with the arrangement. Voice leading's good, and ranges are good for all the instruments.
One, two, three. Ready? Play. Horns. Right now, think.
Okay, let me go back just a bit. When you're in a situation like that, make sure you give them all the information with your hands, like where you want them to cut off. Take a look at this.
Ready? Play.
You just kind of stop conducting. Yeah, and just make it real clear what you want to do, what them to do, so that they get used to watching your hands and you not having to, yell quit or stop playing at them. If you'll make them follow what you do with your hands, it'll make your life so much easier in the long run.
Horns. Right now, think of bringing the horn to you. Right now, it looks like we're kind of lounging to the horn.
Okay, good information there.
Bell. Yeah, put the bell more of like almost on your leg.
I wish I would turn the camera over so you could. There we go.
And then you want the mouthpiece to come to you. Just this side of your head. One, two, three, ready, play.
Also, watch your tempos. We start them at one tempo, then we slow up once they start playing. You're kind of letting them lead you instead of you leading them, and that happens a lot as well. When you're
Looks like right now
not used to being in front of a group a lot, but keep your tempo constant, pushing through.
you want to be really nice and loose. Okay, you just want that air to come out. Think about the air. Don't think so much about what my armature is doing. Just think about what's my air doing. Because your air is making it.
Okay, I like the feedback that you're giving the individuals, and you're trying to stop and at least give them information to fix things. If this was actually a younger group, one thing I would suggest is after you give them that information, you're telling them how to do it, then make an individual do it and see if it locks in, see if they understand what you're talking about. Try to get an immediate response from them to see if it's working.
Ready, play.
And once again, see, we can't see your hands because of the stand. So I would lower it about waist level and just flatten it out so that everybody could see. Yeah. And once again, if you notice right there, they kind of kept playing. When you cut them off, make those cutoffs real definite and then stop and freeze until they stop playing. And then they will learn very quickly that, they need to stop when you stop.
Really rocking out. Great job. Can I hear the woodwind? 2, 3, ready, play. Okay. Saxophone. Make sure that you have firm corners. Don't be pinching on the mouth on the reed. Let me just hear you.
Good. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Don't be afraid to hear individuals.
This time, let's see if we can get that note to respond.
And that way you can get, instant feedback to see if your information you're giving them is working. I tell you one thing that you've got a lot of great ideas. Your feedback to the instrumentalist is great. The one thing I would like to see you do, and this will have to come from within, but I'd like to see more energy coming out of your voice. Right now it's kind of low and really, really laid back, and I know that's kind of my style as well, but I think you're going to need a little bit more excitement and just a little bit more punch in your voice when you're dealing with the group. And that just takes some work to getting used to, because it makes you come out of another shell that you've gotten used to. We all get our comfort zones. And that's what I'd like to see you kind of break through, is just be a little bit more animated, a little bit more excited when you're on that podium. And I think that's going to transfer to the group. Okay? But overall, good job, man.